The departmental government seeks that the Duma approves a budget addition for 216 billion pesos to work from the different secretariats in favor of the community.
The draft Ordinance 020 presented last July 19 began to be shared in the Departamental Duma, where the Secretaries of Finance and Public Services presented their arguments to the deputies in the Budget Commission.
Today we have started the study, where an activities chronogram was established. The secretariats will have to go to the departmental assembly at 9 o'clock in the morning to explain the projects that are contemplated in each portfolio for this budget addition.
For his part, the Secretary of Finance explained how he intends to distribute the budget that is being requested.
We are in charge of allocating and appropriating the resources. Each secretariat, together with the planning secretariat, is in charge of looking at which specific project it should be allocated to according to the source of financing of these projects.
Finally, the Secretary of Public Utilities presented her arguments.
From our secretariat, we have several components, one of control and surveillance, one of special waste management, which is our big project to manage well the island's waste, the symmetry project, and the securing of resources for personnel hiring.
The Budget Commission will be held throughout the week. It will be open to the public and will be broadcast on Facebook Live.
In the last few days, this news agency has received complaints from the community on the islands who say that the entity is responsible of the collection of garbage has not passed through the different sectors. The people are affected by the bad odors and the bad image that this represents for the island. Our journalist Silbert Mitchell was following up on this news.
Hello, Lisa. Good afternoon. Well, yes, Teleislas News received some complaints from the community where they stated that there was a lot of garbage and solid waste in the different rural section of the island. So they call on to the entity in charge, Transbosa, to please have a solution or find a solution. So Teleislas News, in this case, travel the different road of the island to verify this information and confirm, and effectively, Lisa, well, like they have 3 or 5 days no pick up the garbage and the solid waste. So this was what the community said.
We had more than 15 days that the truck did not come. On Sunday it arrived and they filled up the garbage tanks. The garbage is not only from Kokad. There is an agreement that the girls distributed brochures that they were going to pick up the mattresses and sink, and that has been there for more than 15 days and hasn't been picked up. People are not aware of the garbage. They put it on the sidewalk on the road. So what do we do with trash buster when they are charging so much to pick up the garbage?
It's affecting us greatly. The garbage has accumulated. They didn't come by on Saturday. We're waiting to see them pass by today and pick up the accumulated garbage because, imagine, it has accumulated and we don't know at what time they will pass by.
Every morning you come out here, you have to sweep up the garbage them off of the road where the dog them in at a different area, them tear up the bag them and throw. At least if Trustbuster can't comply with it, if they then say one of the truck broke down by I want to know if only one truck they got, because the truck now they come out, at least we'll hire some next truck but do something, because this thing look too bad out here, man, and tourists is a tourist center.
This was the voice of the community. Teleislas News, in this case, tried to contact the head of the Transbooster entity, who at the start of this emission, didn't give an answer. So we will have the cameras open for any pronunciation of Sharper. This is all information. Silbert Mitchell, Archibald, Teleislas.
Thank you, Silbert. And with the aim of strengthening the capacities of citizens' oversight groups in the exercise of the care of public resources, the controller will provide training to the observers.
Starting at 4 p.m., the training Citizen Oversight for Social Control exercise will be held in the Waldwin Peterson Bend Auditorium of the governmental building, led by the Departmental Controller's Office for Social Leaders and Citizens Overseers.
Where we are going to see various themes, like how to be overseers, the law that regulate this activity of overseeing, and to prepare the people well for them can exercise and do all the activity of overseeing in our department, for helping all the entities them to overwatch the spending of the money in our department.
Departmental Controller Justiniano Brown extended an invitation to citizens to participate in the event.
We invite the leaders from the community to participate in a special conversation that we have in the auditorium Webby Peterson about control social is a way that the leaders can look over the public's money, that the money is spent the right way.
The purpose of the training is to strengthen the oversight groups for the control of public resources in the Archipelago Department.
And in other news, in the framework of the International Day for Defense of the Mangrove Ecosystem, Coralina Environmental Corporation has been carrying out different activities to protect the species.
Mangroves are a unique, special, and vulnerable ecosystem. Therefore, UNESCO proclaimed the celebration of the International Day for Defense of the Mangrove Ecosystem in order to raise awareness in the world community about its importance.
Today we did, together with several corporations and with ANATO and Young People of Social Service, a cleaning campaign in the mangrove of the Cove sector. This day is significant. We saw that in this sector the mangrove has recovered, and in this campaign we contribute to its protection.
According to figures from the Environmental Corporation, Coralina, the Wool Point Regional Mangrove Park of San Andres, is the largest mangrove area in the Seaflower Biosphere Reserve and has a great richness and diversity of flora and fauna, including fish, birds, crustaceans, mollusks, and reptiles, among others.
We invite the whole community to respect and help maintain these mangroves, as they are also very important for the protection of our species.
The extension of mangroves in the archipelago reaches 208.1 hectares, of which 148.31 are located in San Andres and 59.70 in Old Providence and Queclina.
Now we continue with all the sport news of our department with Victor Fusalva.
Miami, a dream come true for some little baseball players of the archipelago.
A dream fulfilled for a group of island baseball players who with discipline managed to travel to Miami to play baseball, thanks to the help of the governor of the island department, Dr. Ever Hawkins, who gave all his support. The young baseball players expressed their gratitude.
We thank God for giving us great achievement. 1,000 thanks to the government who supported us in all this, the Secretariat of Sports, the Governor Everett Hawkins, and Professor Hollis, who with all his effort and performance helped us with this achievement. It remains to thank all those who have supported us at San Andres, Old Providence, and St. Catalina. Thank you so very much.
This is how Coach Eric Eraso expressed his satisfaction.
A dream fulfilled. First, thank God for having fulfilled this dream, not only personally, but this of the series of children who have been disciplined throughout this process. To see how discipline in these children is highlighted with these gestures from the government. The gratitude given to these children is very important for their lives. I want to send an invitation to be disciplined, to see how having discipline in what you do can generate positive fruits for later and for the future. It is very important to see that these children will show themselves in sports, in this case specifically in baseball, when they leave the country.
The young players lived the experience of watching the Marlins teams play against San Diego Padres. The teams that reach the final of the tournament will play at the Marlins Stadium. It should be noted that some young people could not travel, even the effort by the departmental administration, since the visa was denied by the American Embassy due to inconsistencies in the processing of documentation. However, we will be following up on how the young people who represent the island in Miami stand out internationally.
And this is all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalva, Teleislas News.
Thank you, Victor. Now we continue with the weather forecast. The weather forecast for today, July 27, in the coastal area of archipelago, the sky is mainly cloudy. Temperature is 31 degrees Celsius with winds from the northeast direction with intensities of 16 km per hour. Humidity forecast is of 71% and probability of precipitation is of 7%.